Hello everyone, my name is Molly. Here I am going to do my screencast on Lab 2, 7 and 8. The Lab 2 is configuring VMware ESXi. So in Lab 2, I am going to cover up 5 tasks which are connect to an ESXi host with the vSphere client, view the host hardware configuration, configure the DNS and routing information for an ESXi host, configure an ESXi host as an NTP client, configure an ESXi host to use directory services. So in Lab 2, the first task is log into vSphere client. That was the first task. In task 2, you have to go to the configuration tab and check the hardware health status, and in sensors we have to expand it and see how they're going normal. After that we have to go through processors. In processors we have to check the processor speed and rest of the stuff, and after that we have to check the memory to view the total physical memory, the memory used by the system, and the memory available for use by the virtual machine. And coming to the third task, which is configure the DNS and routing information of an ESXi host. In here we have to go to the configuration tab, and in software we have to create the DNS and routing link. Here we have to click on the properties, and we have to configure the name ESXi host, domain, prefer DNS, and look for host in the information following domain and click OK. The fourth task is about configure an ESXi host as an NTP client. For that we have to go to configuration again and go to time configuration. Here we have to click on properties. We have to click on NTP client enable and click on options. After that we have to select start and stop with host and select NTP and add an DC server, which is domain controller. After adding it, we have to click on restart NTP service to apply any changes, then press OK. And in the last task, which is the fifth task, we have to configure an ESXi host to use directory services. Here we have to go to authentication services, click on properties. After that you have to select the Active Directory and type in our domain, and you have to join it. Finally we have to verify the entries in the authentication services settings. This is the end of Lab 2. Next lab is Lab 7, which is creating folders in VMware vCenter server. In Lab 7 we have two tasks. They are creating a host folder object. Second is create two virtual machine folders. The task 1 will be opening an vCenter server in the web browser and typing in our root, administrator and password. After logging in, we have to click on host and clusters and right click on training data and click on all vCenter actions. Here we have to click on new host and cluster folder and type in lab servers, and then OK. In task 2 we have to create two virtual machine folders. For that we have to click on vCenter, then click on vSphere templates and right click on training data center all these interactions, and a new virtual machine and template folder, and we have to type in templates and click OK. To view our creator folders, we have to double click on training data center objects and click on top level objects. Here you have to click on each of the 3 folders that we created. That's the end of the 7th lab. Coming to the 8th lab, which is the standard switches. Here the objectives are create a standard switch and port group. Here we are going to talk about 2 tasks. One is view the current standard switch configuration. Second is create a standard switch with a virtual machine port group. In the first task, which is the view the current standard switch configuration, here we have to select the vCenter, hosting clusters, and go to lab server, and click on our host name, which is our EXXI host name. For that we have to go to manage networking and click on the virtual switch. Coming to the task 2, which is create a standard switch with a virtual machine port group. Then you have to select virtual machine port group for a standard switch, click next, and add a new standard switch, click next, and add 2 new switches, but okay. Click. Here you have to type in production. And click next, click finish, and then click on switch 1 to verify that the production group is displayed in the network. This is the end of my 8th lab. Thank you.